in the house than Odogu GNR, in person of, I call him Bishop, is Robinson Godwin. He is the CEO of Rainbird Nigeria Limited. We started a conversation last week, Wednesday, and we really need to put you because it's a very wide topic, and we have to extend it till today so that before it jets out, festive season is around the corner. So, and as an entrepreneur, a lot is on its plate. He is a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, and also a marriage counselor, man of the world. That's why I call him Bishop. He has the word there. That will leave you today, man, this month. It's so good to have you this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. You dragged me back again. Thank you.
It's so good to have you.
Sincerely,
we're not tired of having you, and we're not tired because of what you have to deliver. We're not tired because you have so much deposited, and we want to dig into that wealth of knowledge that God has given to you and want to share to the general public.
My pleasure.
And that's why we need to continue on this our conversation. Last week we talk about loneliness.
Yes.
You know, but today we're looking at loneliness and its consequences. How do you know you are lonely? That was where we started from. How do I know I'm lonely? What are the signs? We talked about it when you notice your partner is not giving you all that you started.
You feel isolated.
You
feel alone.
You
feel disconnected, worthless.
You know, and a lot is missing. But you are not just paying attention to it. You left it, and it's now opened the door for loneliness. But today we want to look at the consequences. Mm-hmm. And in the course of our topic, let me start from that one before I go into this one. Loneliness and its consequences.
Yes.
Now, you delve into people who just decide to be lonely because they tend to. Okay, now let me tell you. You can, like I promised you yesterday, I'm going to open the phone lines so you can call in, share your experience, or ask questions relating to what we're discussing this morning. We'd really love to hear from you. The number is right there on your screen, and we'll be glad to hear from you. Or send me a text message. You delve into people who just decide they're not going to get married again.
Okay.
They have found themselves in that space, maybe separated, become a widower, divorced, and you just decide to. I hope you watched last week's episode, viewers.
You're already touching it. It's okay.
You get it. So I want you to walk into those you feel are being selfish. Not finding someone else to fill that space, to just remain, in that in their own
space,
world, in their own space. They just decide to be like, I don't think I'm okay, I'm comfortable, my children are all grown, what else do I need? And I said we are coming back to talk about that today. Now, why do we believe that why do we think, or some of have the analysis that some will just not want to go into another relationship because they just feel they are complete. They don't need a man, they don't need a woman. They're okay. Why?
Okay, thank you very much. One thing again I appreciate Galaxy for is the way you attend to social problems and you try to mine the art for solution. You try to bring a solution just to make our society and a community better. And you guys are doing tremendous job. I can never stop praying for you and appreciating you guys again. You are delving into this issue of people becoming single suddenly in life and they don't want to become double again. And they don't want to get back again. Wow. Okay. We are fast moving along an eccentric world. When I say eccentric world, eccentric environment where people are individualistic. You think about yourself and you focus on yourself and you do not care. Now, this eccentricity in our community might be working for the West, because they also have the government to, to connect them up there at the end of the day. But Africa case, our case is very, very peculiar because we're an environment where we care for each other. So becoming eccentric, into yourself, for yourself and by yourself becomes a dangerous thing because you're actually a product of the society and you're a social creature. So in Africa, we look out for one another. We look out for each other. Now, the reason why people do this is because of selfishness. You just mentioned it. Okay. To love, to hold, and to share has some hidden part of it that are not there. You have to be accountable. You have to be transparent. And you have to be inclusive. And you have to know how to share. Now, life of selfishness takes away accountability to a lot of people. Life of selfishness or self-centeredness, let me not call it selfishness, takes away responsibilities on some people. They do whatever they do and they get away with it. And you see, it's a growing thing in our communities these days that you see the other gender, immediately they make money and they feel they are comfortable. Some of them come out to tell you, I don't need a man. And down the road, 2 months, 2 years later, they find somebody and they are already dying on the person's neck and say, forget about what I told you before. That's false life. Are you getting my point? Because the truth is this. Instead of you telling people that I've not seen, you want to make a doctrine out of it that is normal. It's not normal. But why you are through the back door, you are looking for who to share your life with. So I want to say that they want to eat their cake and have their cake. They don't want to be accountable to anybody. You see, there is a part, or there is a soothing effect also that accompanies loneliness. And that is what I just said, of not being accountable to anybody. You go out when you want to go out. You come in when you want to come in. You wear what you want to wear. You don't want to be under anybody. Because you see, when we're talking about being under each other, a man is under the woman, and the woman is under the man. Because you find out that your phone can ring and ask you, honey, where are you? Are you getting my point? That some people today that are so rebellious in their lifestyle, they've developed a lot of characters and attitude and habits that could not allow people to come into their life. In fact, the only people that come into their space are people that they bully, people that they control, because they have little change in their pocket. I told you something. Somebody asked me one day, said, sir, why is it that I've not been able to see these wealthy people to date? Why is it that I'm only dating I never chop? Why is it that I'm only dating people who don't have anything? And I looked at her, I said, you won't like the truth if I tell you. She said, tell me the truth. I said, are you ready? She said, yes. I said, because you don't like people who can question you. You don't like equal people who can actually ask you questions, who you will be accountable to. You want people you can control. This is the reason why some people like a lonely life. Why they don't want to get back again. They want to control. They want to be on their own. They want to, yes. And the dangerous thing about it is that one terminal ailment and the book is closed. Because nobody wants to marry a sick man that is in a hospital.
True.
Nobody wants to marry somebody who is down with stroke. Nobody wants to marry a man who is having a terminal ailment. So if the selfishness of eating your cake and having your cake is that you enjoy it, there'll be no problem. But when the time comes, so we have to learn to be social. We have to learn to connect to people. We have to life of accountability should make you happy. I remember those days in Africa where a woman wants to, your wife is at home, you are not there, but she's calling you to tell you, honey, I want to go on this meeting. Which cloth do I wear? Should I wear that blue lace or white lace? You are not represented there, but he still wants to do things, or she wants to do things that are pleasing to you. I don't know if you get that. And that is the essence of love. That's when your desire is for your husband. But you now have a society that they don't care. Men are... Okay, let me not go there.
Woo! Okay, now I want to go to...
I hope I did not shake this table.
You have started. You have already...
I promise I will not.
Vibration.
No, I will. I promise I will be calm.
Don't worry. Relax. Now, I want to go to, you just open another channel, which will help me. Okay, but let me go to this question before we go for a word of mouth. Now, looking at the loneliness, what is the impact on mental and physical health? And the long-term consequences that You just mentioned illness. Leads to illness. So what are those other
Okay. Why loneliness is very dangerous is that loneliness actually can be a starting point and a trigger for depression, even stroke. Yes. Loneliness can cause a lot of health problems. And one funny thing about loneliness is that it's not easily diagnosed in the hospital. Rather, they diagnose the consequence of it, which they may tell you depression, which they may tell you a stroke, which they may tell you whatever. But actually, the real truth is loneliness. It is dangerous to be disconnected from people. And one beautiful thing about it is that only one person can take away loneliness from your life. So the consequences of it is that health problem, health challenges, and most of them are terminal ailments. Another one is numbness to feelings. You have become so lonely that you don't even know when you're loved again. In fact, when people are loving you and showing you true love, you are on your heels, you're running because you don't want to. Because you've gotten so used to that numbness.
Why do you think such a person, when someone is, at their heels trying to run after them, that love is chasing you?
And you're running away.
And they're running away. What do you think you must have?
Because the person is living a fixated life. A fixated life is a life of you fix your life. It's like a carpenter that what do you call it? A technical guy that just have one tool. Have you ever had a problem with your automobile on the bridge or on the road, and then you see one mechanic that comes up, and all he has is a hammer and a spanner, and then he needed something that he has to use a screw. Then he's not hitting it. That's exactly what I'm trying to talk about. They've been so used. Maybe they had a very sad experience. A lot of people are like that. I have some of them on my timeline. They had a terrible experience with divorce. They had a terrible experience with their relationships. They had a terrible experience with betrayal. They had a terrible, one terrible experience. And then the next thing is that they have fixed their mind. Everybody is like that. Who told you? One chapter in your life should not be able to define the whole book. No. Just like now, you pick up a book and you read one chapter and you said, I understand everything in it. No, it's not possible. No, you have to move on. Life is like that. Have you not seen people? Okay, I know some people who are, ministers of the gospel, who are televangelists, who are even in their second or their third marriage, and they're very happy. So you have to know that no circumstances that happen to you in life that is enough to shut down your life. No.
Okay. He said no. It's time for us to go for our word of marble. So we'll continue from no. Okay? No. You should not shut yourself, out of love. Don't, make it, don't create a concrete wall. That high fence concrete between you and life and love, because it has a lot to do, to help you to continue to live, and enjoy what life is all about. The journey of life cannot be walked alone. It's another aspect that can be as more terrible than poverty. That's what loneliness can be. More terrible, but poverty is when you don't work, you're wretched, you don't have enough to spend, enough to take care of yourself, enough to make things work. And I have my first call. Oh no, maybe you should try that call again. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating today, Mike Daly. I celebrate grace over you in the UK, and to everyone celebrating today, second day in the month of December 2025. It's a great honor. Okay, I have my first call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? You have to call me back. Please, as much as possible, don't put your phone on speaker. I can hear you. Reduce the volume of your TV set so that we can communicate perfectly. Okay? You don't need to increase the volume. Let me and you just hear from the phone what you're talking. Don't put it on speaker. Don't put your phone on speaker. And you can equally send me a text message. I'll be loving to hear from you this morning. Okay, I think I have a text message. Oh no. Let me take the call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you? Your name and where you're calling from. Move away. I can still hear the sound. Move away from where you are. Don't stay close to your TV set and reduce the volume. You don't need to be hearing yourself. You hear yourself from the TV and later you go back and watch and call your neighbor. Hear me, I mean they talk so sure you hear. Makes sense. But don't increase the volume, talk less of even putting your phone on speaker. I want to be the one to hear you and you hear me. Okay, I think I have another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, handsome. How are you? Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Sahid from Ikorodu.
Samuel.
Sahid from Ikorodu.
Sahid from Ikorodu. Wow, made me remember my cousin. How can we help you this morning? My cousin.
Okay, good morning. I think your guest there I think the doctor, are you?
He's not a doctor.
Okay.
He's a marriage counselor, an entrepreneur, and a writer, an author.
But I just came in about some minutes ago. I didn't start from the beginning. I was trying to know whether the name of the guest would be down, but he's doing very justice to the topic as we are discussing.
Thank you. Godwin Robinson. Godwin Robinson, yeah, that's his name.
Okay. And my God is perfecto.
Okay, continue with us.
Thank you very much.
Continue with us. Thank you.
I just wanted to thank him a lot because it turned to give me a lot of viewers, a lot of listeners out there. So I want to appreciate him for what he's doing. Just keep it up.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
And also, hello.
Okay, I'm listening.
Most of the things we are saying is very easy to talk, but doing it, I think that's where the problem is. Talking at the same time is doing whatever, but sometimes you can say something to do it, the action to do it, that is very now. So that's the only thing I want to add. Thank you.
Okay, I have a text message. I'm Daniel calling from Kola. I need a right woman partner for whenever I collect your number. Okay, sorry, Kola. Sorry about that. Hello, good morning. Hello, are you there? Okay, I think we lost that call.
Okay.
So, where were we?
Yeah, we talked about fixation, while some people are so fixed on their last episode and they don't want to.
No.
Yes, they don't want to give love a chance again.
I want to give you another task.
Okay.
I'm going to loneliness when your wife goes to Omugo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you there was a time they were discussing this in my church. The men just came up to discuss this. I'm like, why is it that it is only the women that always want to go for Omugo? And they will now go again, no, they will stay. Is it the right time for them to now start marrying a second wife? Because by the time they go now, whether in Nigeria or in Obodo, anywhere, they take so long before they come back. Sometimes they forget that they're there. And I believe this is also signs of loneliness. And the consequences is what leads to some of these middle-aged or old men going into infidelity at their old age. Some will be thinking, this woman is not here. Who is going to do this for me? Who is going to do this with me? We don't, you understand where I'm going. So I want you to shake the table there too.
Okay, I don't want to shake the table. I want to hold the table firm. Okay, let me say this to you. A lot of marriages are exposed to a lot of tensions and it's not fair.
Do you mind if I take this?
Go ahead and take the call.
Hello, good morning.
Okay. Some marriages are exposed to some tensions today. And that's that a lot of men, I just read something yesterday, a man and the wife moved over to the UK. And after a while, the wife was filing for divorce and sent the man out of the house. And the question was, why would you do that? And they went to a counselor. And after everything, the woman said, I am reacting to how he was treating me when we were in Nigeria. I want to pay him back for all the nonsense he did to me.
So she's not forgiving you.
So I want to get my pound of flesh. Now, some of the people you see that go through tension during Omugo and all that, some children actually facilitate these things. And some men actually provide money to, you see, you are going to open a lot of CEO, and let me say, some men actually provide resources to train their children, but their absence, because of their kind of job, their absence is exactly what they feed to the children. They are not always there. And then when you don't have a friend as a wife, she steals the heart of your children from you. And make sure that your old age is very lonely and pathetic. This is a problem. So some men, they also want to eat their cake and have their cake because your job keeps you busy. You go hunting from one bed, hopping from one bed to another bed. And some women are very, very wonderful. They're like crocodile. They don't forget. They keep this memory for you. They believe you are training their children, and they are the one feeding their children and programming their children or whatever. Yes, and they program their children. They don't even make the children to understand that you are the one bringing all these things. So when it comes to that time when they feel they should be rewarded by going to Nkechi's house and Joke's house and coming back to Mosun's place, they will line it up and then make sure that the man has a pathetic end. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If they make sure the man has a pathetic end, making sure the man is lonely. Loneliness actually has not been, it's not defined by being alone, though it's a feature, but it's not. But why will you take my wife for Mugo? And you're taking her for 6 months, and then you leave me to do what? It doesn't happen.
Who's going to take care of me?
It can't happen. Is it your wife? It's my own wife. It's your mother, that's okay. But it's not your wife. It's just like the breast milk and the breast itself. It belongs to the man. The child comes to occupy the space for a while. But you have to leave the breast for the man. He owns it. That's how it is also for, yes, that's true.
Someone is hailing you too.
No, I don't know if people are hailing me, but I feel pathetic. You see, so some marriages that are already going through tension, it goes from one phase to another phase. And the woman has been enduring maybe the man's stupidity, maybe the man's foolishness, and then training her children, and then the children comes up. You find out that you don't even have a part in these children that you've trained. I'm telling you, some men are lonely right now because of this.
What should men do? So that
what will men do is that
now to help those who are coming.
Now listen to this. See, there are different episodes and chapters in everybody's life.
Yeah.
When you are leaving chapter 1, know that you're going to see chapter 7. You prepare yourself for it. Baba, if you know you've not done your wife very well, and is entering that Omugo, start doing what? Appeasing the gods.
Start doing well. Go back and start
reconciliation. You understand? And again, some men also think because I'm the one that provided everything for the children. Some are not in the life of their children. They just train these children and let them go. Everything that happened, go and tell your mother, go and meet your mother, go and do that. And you see, polygamy is also another terrible thing. Because some families where you have this polygamy, the children drift into their mother's shell and not their father's shell. You see, polygamy demands so much from a man. Some men don't have the capacity for polygamy. They just have the genotype for polygamy. And they want to enter into polygamy because of their genital, not because of they have the heart. You can't be a polygamist and you don't know how to treat people equally and you don't have a large heart for love. And you say your religion empowers you. Does your capacity empower you? I don't know if you get that now. You're a manager and your boss has seen it that you cannot manage more than 2 people. And then he said, because you're a manager, you have the tag of a manager, you have to manage 20 people. You are going to collapse the system. This is what we are seeing in the society. So some polygamists end up raising children who hate them, who love their mother, who don't want to have anything to do with their own siblings. And this becomes tension. A man told me one day that once you are a polygamist, you marry the first, you marry the second. He said you're going to marry witch, you're going to marry wizard, you're going to marry all manner of things into your home. And then that rivalry starts up, that competition starts. So what am I trying to say? How did you live your life? If you live your life, that the consequence of the lifestyle you've lived will usher you into loneliness, and your wife will elope with the children, okay, that's exactly what you're seeing. But if you are not, if you've not done that, you should have a family that is well knitted. Your wife is your wife. Oh. The children will come and go. They will leave the house. They will leave the house. But your wife should stay. If you are taking my wife for Mugo, then I should give you the time she's going to be there. You don't determine what happens to my wife. No, it's not you. You after you have your own husband.
I want to ask this question.
Yes.
You can also help some of our viewers out there. Hello, good morning. Okay, now I want to ask this question. I saw a video online with what you just said now. And a man beat his wife so much that the whole of this place was as a
Swollen.
black blood. And she's a nursing mother. And the man still sat down smoking when people were like telling him, "Who did this to your wife?" By the time he was about to be arrested, the woman was still begging the man. What do you think?
The woman was begging the man for what?
Begging
The police not to, yes.
not to take him. She didn't call for them. It was the neighbors that, so that he had been doing this so that this woman will not just die. Just to save her. And when the authorities were about to take the woman was pleading.
Yeah, maybe because she was pleading because of the fear of the after effect after he comes back. That's why. Maybe she was also pleading because she knew she was already losing the marriage. The man was only tormenting her to carry her things and leave the house because he has found something out there. That's why. Maybe she was pleading because she just wants to be loved. Are you getting my point? Maybe she was pleading because she has nobody to run back to. Her family don't even care what was happening to her in the marriage. Are you getting my point? So people go through a lot. The pleading might not be out of love, no, might be out of fear. And again, let me say this to you. I always say this. Men like that actually marry into poor homes. And they torture their children. Can you treat Otedola's daughter that way? It's not possible.
Okay, he's gone.
It's not possible.
I wanted us to
So most times they do that to people, to daughters who are coming from poor homes. Nobody can treat your daughter like that. You dare not. Neighbors don't need to tell me. I will show you the gate of hell. You don't do that to my children. You dare not. You don't. So these are the things we're talking about. Marriage also requires skill. You ask yourself a question. How did they get to that point? How did they get? Maybe also the woman also was pleading because that's the person that picks the bill in the house. She has no work she's doing. I have seen a man who makes sure that the wife does not work. And when I ask him a question, why don't you allow her to work? Why don't you allow her to be doing something? I mean, so that all this issue of every time you are the one doing this and doing that, he said, no. If you empower her, I know how she behaves when money enters into her hands. You cannot actually, yes, it might be right, it might be correct. Some women, some people are like that. Some men also. Yeah. Little change in their pocket changes their character.
Yeah, it's true.
So it happens. But then, I now told the man, why don't you, now she's your wife, why don't you teach her and make her go through the process and understand? He said, no, this is the way I control her. And that's what happened to some of our women when they leave Africa and they go to Europe and they go to America, they go to the West. They now see that they can actually work and make money too. And then you want that kind of African submission in a Western hemisphere. You are in trouble. It's not possible. It takes a woman who deeply loves you to do that. Some want to renegotiate the marriage. So that's exactly what you saw there. Maybe also that man also was a psycho. And maybe again, the woman might actually love the man. He might be a psycho. He might be having a mental problem also. And another one again is that some people again are forced into marriage because of pregnancy. That's a terrible thing. It's a no-no. Because if this guy loves this person, you want to spend the rest of your life, not because of marriage. Some will even begin to torment the woman that you are the one that made me. A lot of things are happening now in the society there. So a lot of women are going through trouble.
As we round off, I'm still coming back to our opening question. Some would have experienced all this that we've shared this morning and still want to be lonely. What do you have to tell them?
Okay, I want to say this. Loneliness is a mental prison, and I don't think anybody should admire it. The advantage of a prisoner is that you are isolated from people. That's the advantage of being a prisoner. But apart from isolation, your productivity is affected. Your aspirations are affected. Your dreams are affected. You are in a space where you can't grow. loneliness is a problem, is a sickness, it's a mental ailment, like I said, it's a mental prison. But why would you want to be lonely if you are not having a problem already? If the mental health is still in place.
And do you know there are some people who just want to be lonely because they are at the last phase of life?
Because it's depression. Loneliness is the last gateway to depression.
Maybe they've discovered their
And again,
sickness.
can I also tell you this? Some research out there has proven that loneliness is like a man taking multiple sticks of cigarettes. Loneliness destroyed your body immunity. There are a lot of sicknesses that will come your way you will not be able to carry through because you're lonely. We are social creatures, so being lonely and admiring loneliness is like reversing what you are created for. You are created for relationship. You are created to be in a relationship. You are created to offer relationship. And you are created again to admire relationship. And let me say this. Everybody wants to be loved and everybody wants to love. That you love the wrong person does not mean that it's always like that. I've seen people who condemn themselves and said, maybe love is not meant for me. Some will even say, maybe marriage is not meant for me. Just because you fell after one marriage, try another one. If you're driving your car, you had a flat tire, will you say, no, the journey is not meant for me? Or you had accidents, will you say, no, driving is not meant for me? So why will you now use your hand to condemn yourself? I believe this. Everybody is created for somebody. There is somebody somewhere that admires you, that loves you, that will be able to cope with some of your frailties, that you even be willing to draw energy from the person to get better. But this issue of why is social media created? Social media is created for social connection, for entertainment, for advocacy. But some people only go to social media to go and fight. Because they're bitter.
That's their own side.
Because some of them are actually lonely.
That's the way they are wired.
No, they're not wired that way. They are lonely. Some of them are lonely. Instead of coming there to come and find out something that will help your life,
I'm sure
beyond the boundaries of where you are, beyond your environment. We have seen people who eventually traveled to the West because they found somebody on social media and they fell in love. But it's real. Why you say somewhere and say it's fake? Check your DM. Okay. Somebody has been sending you whatever.
You need to check your DM.
Check your DM.
Now.
Check your DM.
Someone just messaged.
Yes, it's not that you're in marriage and you're checking your DM to break your home.
Robinson is telling us this morning. A big thank you to Godwin Robinson for finding time to complete and conclude on this, but we're not finally done. So we'll find another time and pick another angle from this in discussion. And I'm sure you will not regret it by the time it comes. Maybe this year, maybe next year, you'll find a time. It will be available by God's grace and you'll not be missing it. So I want to say a big thank you for those who tried to call us or sent us a message, especially Saeed from Ikorodu. Thank you for your call and also coming in to sit down and listen to what Godwin Robinson had to say. We've been talking with Godwin. He is the CEO of Rainbird Nigeria Limited. He's a motivational speaker, an author, an entrepreneur, so he's not lazy. So when you see motivational speaker, it's not people who just talk and not do something. So it's now work out with. And we're so delighted if we make it this morning. Tomorrow is going to be another wonderful day. We'll be looking at understanding domineering parents. Understanding those parents you see as domineering, they are just, dominating. They want their things, their way, not minding whether they are 80 or 100 and you are 40 or 50. Yes, we have them. So we'll talk about what exactly is the problem, how to trash it, how to understand them, and how to be able to, give their last days peace of mind from yourself and from themselves. That's what we'll be discussing tomorrow. Big shout out to everyone who has made today's show a great success. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please, as much as possible, we need you to send in your contributions by text or go to our social media page on Facebook or on YouTube. Comment, or you can send message on that phone line. We will love to hear from you. And we're not just leaving it just like that. Also, don't forget, share with your friends from our Facebook page and our YouTube page. Share with your loved ones, that friends around you, even your neighbors, that you feel they're lonely. And this can help them. We started from last week, and it will be a great video by the time you send it to them. I'm sure they'll give you something special for the season. Thank you so much for joining us. And shout out to everyone who has made today's episode of Family of Value a success. My name is Remain Olori Adejoke. I'm with JV. I wish you the very best on today. Have a lovely day.